on CTV. Welcome to our Wellness, Beauty and Lifestyle segment. My name is Agi Owase, and today we are talking financial discipline. Now, in the layman's language, financial discipline refers to how an individual handles their finances, and this is in regard to their income and their expenditure as well. But now that I'm not an expert in this field, joining me today is a gentleman, and his name is Mr. Dennis Chibukamsoke, and he is the Executive Director of Entrepreneurs Financial Center. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning, Agi, and thank you for having me this morning.
Yes. Now we are talking financial discipline. So many people do not know how to handle their finances when it comes to how much they earn and how much they spend. So being a banker who has been in this banking business for quite some time, you talked about EFC making 10 years, which is a huge milestone. You know so much about banking. We'd like you to let us know about, from a banker's perspective, what is financial discipline?
Okay, thank you very much. And my definition of financial discipline is not any different from yours. But what I would like to talk about today is specifically about earning and spending. There is a myth that there is no salary that is enough. I would like to differ from that myth. I believe that every salary is enough, that every salary, whatever salary that you're earning is enough. We have seen situations of people who are working in a corporate institution, and you find that the driver, who is at very many levels down, is has better financial control of their personal finances than some of the bosses who are high up the ladder. In my mind, it is about planning and what is in planning. In planning, firstly, it is important for you to know and that this is the salary, or this is the amount that is going to hit my account, or hit my mobile money wallet, or hit my pocket, whatever. It starts with acknowledging that this is the amount that I have. When I know that I have that I earn maybe 500,000 shillings, and I am self-aware that I earn 500,000 shillings, and somebody expects me to give them a loan of 250,000. It is important that I am aware that, wait a minute, that is 50% of my salary, and I would garner the courage to say no, I will not be able to help you. So the first thing is about knowing, and then the second one is about budgeting. It is important to budget and budget before you earn. And the budgeting process is a cycle. And it is a cycle that should be repeated every month. You don't budget once at the beginning of the year because circumstances change and things happen. After budgeting, it is important for the person to identify the items that they have put in the budget. What are the wants and what are the needs? And wants is everything that I want, okay? And the needs are those things that I cannot do without. I'll give an example that when you buy airtime, for instance, you're buying airtime from the telco and from your mobile money or from an agent, it is important for you to think about it, that the airtime that I'm buying, what am I going to use it for? And you think about it, that is it a want or is it a need? And then depending on your religious affiliation, there is something that we call tithing. From where I come from, I think, I believe that tithing is a need. And then, you'll spend. After you spend, before you get into the next cycle, before your salary hits your account again, or your pocket, or your mobile wallet, it is important that you do a budget review on what is it that you've spent on, and have the mind to think, how could I be able to save something? Could I be able to save some money? And
the saving bit of it, shouldn't it be also part of the budget? I have talked to certain individuals who say if you're going to budget, you have to know that 10% is for saving, 10% is for tithe. So on that, even if it's 500,000 shillings, like you say, shouldn't there be that caution? Yeah,
that is correct. Yes, that is correct, that somebody has to be mindful of the tithe, the savings, and then the rest of the expenses. And when they come to this stage that I was speaking about called the budget review, I think the ultimate objective that somebody needs to be aware about, very, very aware about, is to be able to grow the savings. That you may not, you can only increase your tithe, okay?
Yes,
you can decrease your expenses, but it is the most important thing is to be able to grow the savings. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, speaking about financial discipline, is that many times we have a number of debts that we have acquired. And in my experience, I have spoken to a lot of people who have accumulated a number of debts. Sometimes because of the way life plays out, okay, it is inevitable to accumulate a number of, to accumulate debts, and sometimes the debts go above their earning capacity. And my first advice to people who feel that they're in this situation or that they're running into this situation is to write down all your debts, all of them, and write them. Yes. And again, you remember what we spoke about self-awareness, and you're aware that these are my debts. And when you write them down, you will accept, and then you can be able to make a plan for them. But again, it is also important that you have a financial partner who can be able to help you on this journey. Okay. And they can give you options like debt consolidation, that maybe you can get a lender who can be able to give you enough to pay off your debts, or debt management or debt planning.
Okay,
yes.
I would like to interject a little bit on, you talked about getting a financial partner. How does someone ascertain who is the right financial partner that they could, get that could help them in this financial discipline venture?
Okay, thank you, Agith. Speaking about financial partners, I would speak about a financial partner who is from a regulated financial institution. Yes. Because when someone is, the regulated financial institutions have some controls and laws that govern them, and then also there is consumer protection. But my simple definition of the right financial partner is at the time that you are having the discussion, they are actually listening and they are not trying to sell you anything. Yes, they are not even trying to sell you anything. Yes. Security is important, but I think for me in financial discussion, security is one of the last steps that we need to deal. I think the most important thing is ascertaining, is it a need or a want? The second important thing is understanding the business, understanding the deal, as they call it. What's the deal? The third thing is about ascertaining the ability to pay. Yes, and the fourth thing is the financial plan that actually what I'm doing is going to be able to pay off this facility.
Okay. So, Mr. David Chibukamsoke, would like you to give us your final remarks on financial discipline. Yeah. But before you get to giving us your final remarks, they have taught us that financial discipline begins at a tender age. You don't just come from ground zero to 100.
Absolutely.
So how can parents, let's say parents or guardians, help or instill this financial discipline culture into their children? Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. That is a very, very important question, and I have spoken to a lot of parents, and myself being a parent. The parents who help their children to be financially disciplined are the parents who will open for them financial instruments like a bank account at tender age. A piggy bank, a bank account. I think it is important for the children to be introduced to money at an early age. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I would recommend that. So my final remarks, again, is that first of all, I would like to thank CTV. I would like to thank you for taking off time to come to talk to a guy like me. But also, I would like to just tell the public that speaking about financial discipline, financial advice, especially in business, at EFC Uganda Limited, MDI, you can visit any of our 7 branches, and you will get it free. Yes, you will get financial discipline free.
Okay, you had it from the expert, and that is Mr. David Chibuka Musoke from EFC. Well, do not go anywhere. Sunrise at Sea continues. Good morning, and don't blink.